we have to make sure that our income is more than our expenses. If your income is less than your expenses, that simply means you are spending more than you're earning. Hi everyone, welcome back to another segment of our financial tips and tools. I am Nayoka Kelly Campbell, founder and CEO of Kelly Fiscal LLC. So today we'll be speaking on financial freedom. So at the beginning of the year, we mentioned a few financial goals that we can set for ourselves. So today I want to give you a checklist that you can use on a daily basis to achieve your financial freedom. Let's get into it. Now, in terms of budgeting, you need to find your why. What is your big why? What does it mean to you in having no payments? And when I say no payments, I simply mean, what does it mean in not having to think about your monthly payments on a monthly basis? One trick to that is to set your payments on autopay. I cannot stress that enough. Set your payments on autopay. If you have fixed expenses that are taken out at a specific date, set it on autopay. And also set an alert for yourself so that when that expense is paid on this day, you automatically get an alert. You can use your phone. I use my phone. You automatically get an alert that alerts you that this payment will be taken out of your account. You also have to make sure that you're reviewing your expenses. So once you get that alert and once the money is taken from your account, you have to make sure that that payment that's taken from your account is the exact amount that you budgeted for. It's as simple as that. Budgeting can be time consuming, yes, but if you have a structure in place, it will work. It has been working for me. Now, I know a few of us, we like the good old pencil and paper. Some of us like to use Excel software. I personally like to use Excel software, but you also have Quicken, you have QuickBooks, you have a variety of softwares that you're able to use to create a budget for yourself, for your household, for your business, and make sure that your budget is working for you. So in terms of your budget, you need to write your budget. When you write your budget, the first thing that you need to do is to list your income at the top of your budget. Now, once you list your income, the next step is to list your expenses. Now, for me, expenses also includes your savings or your investments. This is simply because when you save or when you invest, you're taking that funds or you're taking that money from your income and you're diverting it to another account. So it's basically an expense on your budget. You have to account for your savings and your investment as an expense on your budget. Then once you have listed that at the top of your expense side, you want to make sure that you list all your fixed and your mandatory expenses. Now, your fixed expenses or your mandatory expenses could simply mean your mortgage, your rent, your utilities. Anything that is mandatory on a monthly basis, list those after you have listed your savings and your investment. Then we come to your variable expenses. That could include food for the house, transportation. That could also include gas for your vehicle. That could also include, miscellaneous expenses, things that you buy for your house, for yourself. Those would also be listed. Listen, you have to try to account for every possible expenses, every possible scenarios that you could think of. Make sure that you list them on your budget. So once your income has been written down or you have entered everything on your budget, we have to make sure that our income is more than our expenses. If your income is less than your expenses, that simply means you are spending more than you're earning. So when you list everything out and your income is more than your expenses, that is good. If your income is less than your expenses, just go through your budget step by step, line by line, and eliminate any miscellaneous expenses or any expenses that you think you really don't need. So if you are a big spender on personal items for yourself, cut that out. You know, that's an expense that you can get rid of. So cut that from your budget. Also see if there are expenses that you can reduce. You know, there are certain expenses that if you contact your vendors, you know, they're able to work with you in reducing your monthly payments. So see if there's anything on your budget that you can reduce. That will help to cause your income to increase. So after all is said and done, you found your big why, you've created your budget, you have a system in place. It only works if you do the work. So you're basically going to make sure that you're tracking your expenses, you're reviewing your budget on a daily or even a monthly basis. I would recommend at least 3 to 4 times per week. Review and analyze your income and your expenses, especially your expenses. Check your bank account. Check your bank account on a daily basis. I do that on a daily basis. It's not much, you know. Take your phone, log in, check your bank account, check the transactions, and see if your expenses basically matches your budget. You have to make sure that whatever you've budgeted for, that's the actual amount that's being taken from your account. Because if the actual expenses are higher than your budget isn't working for you, or you're not making your budget work. Your expenses have to be the exact amount that you have budgeted for. Better yet, it is better if your actual expenses is much lower than what you've budgeted for. And if it's lower than what you've budgeted for, I applaud you. Kudos to you, because that is the goal. The goal is to have your expenses, the actual expenses, lower than your budgeted expenses, and the ultimate goal is to make sure that your income is higher than your expense, because then you would have extra funds coming in that would allow you to achieve your big why. So that was just one checklist to your financial freedom. Join me next week when I will be looking at debt elimination. That's checklist number 2. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to become a part of our notification family. Thank you guys for watching.